want to give you guys a quick post-inauguration pep talk. I don't want to call it necessarily a pep talk, but I'm going to say a couple things that I think might help you. First of all, yeah, yesterday was terrible, so let's not pretend it wasn't. Yesterday was terrible. This is going to be a very long 4 years. But here's what I want to say, because I know a lot of people are really scared, particularly young people. And I want to offer you some solace or a hand to hold on to, okay? Because we're going to get through this together, and we are going to get through it. A couple things that may make you feel a little better. Again, I'm not going to try to tell you that this situation is okay, because it's not. However, as far as the executive orders go, I want you to remember that a lot of those executive orders are going to get hung up in court. There's going to be litigation. There already are lawsuits. Many, many more will be announced. As he announces his executive orders, there will be organizations that will announce lawsuits almost immediately. They are prepared. The ACLU, the Natural Resources Defense Council, there are several organizations that we should give to if we can that are going to be doing these lawsuits. Good for them. Let's support them. They will hold up these executive orders from going into enforcement for years and hopefully forever. It is not a good feeling at all to have someone attack us in so many ways all at once, and to attack good and decent things, to attack our climate progress when all of our lives and all of our children's lives and futures are affected by that. It feels terrible. On the subject of climate, however, I also want to remind you that states have a great deal of power, and in every state that has a Democratic trifecta right now, we are going to forge ahead. Those states are going to act aggressively to counteract everything that Trump is trying to do and to move us in the opposite direction. And it's meaningful. It's real. I also want to remind you that even some red states, Texas, for example, with all of their solar power, they're doing clean energy. They're not going to stop because Trump wants them to stop. It's already happening. That horse has left the barn. P.S. That horse has left the barn worldwide. So the fact that Trump is trying to drag us backwards to essentially like horse and buggies when the rest of the world has moved on to spaceships really should give those of you pause who think he's a good businessman. Here's the other thing. The Inflation Reduction Act, which is the law that Democrats passed with no help from Republicans, which created all those jobs and all of these clean energy initiatives, about 85% of the funding for that is already out the door. So Trump is saying he's going to reverse the entire bill. He can't reverse about 85% of it. It's been Trump-proofed. So that stuff is already happening. Not to mention that most of those clean energy jobs are located in red districts, in red states. And so Trump is going to have to go up against his own Congress and say, I want to take all of these jobs back out of your states and districts that are finally getting some economic stimulus through these jobs. He wants to take it away. So good luck with that, right? In the end, he'll probably lose more often than he'll win. And the final thing I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you that this is a bed of roses. It's not. It's absolutely awful. I wish that we were living in a different reality right now. But I want to remind you that we can be resilient. And if we unite together, remember who we're fighting. We're not fighting each other, right? We're fighting the oligarchs. We're fighting the billionaires who have taken over our country. The Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezoses, all of the tech billionaires, all of the other billionaires, the Kochs, the Betsy DeVosses, who are gleefully rubbing their hands together right now and preparing to plunder what is actually yours. And I am going to ask you to channel your inner defiance. If someone walks up to you and grabs a precious possession of yours, do you just let them have it and go, oh, okay? No, of course not. You say, give that back. That's not yours. I want you saying that to this administration for the next 4 years. Give it back. It's not yours. You haven't earned it. You don't deserve it. And it's mine. Social Security benefits, they're yours. Medicare, Medicaid, they're yours. The natural resources that this country has in abundance, those are yours to enjoy and do your sports in. These things are ours. Our democracy, our government, ours. Our civil servants, they're ours. Fight back. Channel your inner defiance, and remember, Donald Trump is like the great and powerful Oz, man. He's a lot of noise, a lot of manufactured power. Behind the curtain, there's nothing. He's weak, he's little, he's scared, and he's small. Never forget it and fight with us.